Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope you're all having a great summer so far. We've definitely seen some heat waves in the west and especially the northwest, like Portland, Seattle, and Vancouver. Um, just doing a video on credit cards. Here are some of my credit cards right here. I have a Discover It cashback card, a Walmart Capital One card, a Capital One Quicksilver, and I have a Target Red credit card. Those are just some of my credit cards. I have a lot of credit cards. I was just wondering your guys' thoughts on credit cards. I'm going to tell you my personal feelings right now. The main question is, do you all ever feel like credit cards will go away? And I have some examples about that. So yeah, just to reiterate, do you guys ever feel like physical credit cards will slowly phase out, and then obviously it'll speed up and rapidly? Let me give you some examples why I think this could happen. I myself am 30 years old, right? And some of you are probably 30 or older, grown adults. Been alive a while, right? The 90s. I have been working retail my entire career. So ever since I was 15 and a half or 16, when you could get a, work permit from, went to high school, got the work permit, started a seasonal job at Michael's Arts and Crafts. God, it was a really long time ago, but let me tell you the history of payment systems of, debit and credit cards, right? The debit and the credit card is similar on the same, pretty much the same, right? Except a credit card would be instant, and then a debit card, you need your PIN. So in 2006, my first job, everything was swipe, right? Like, you get your card, you swipe, whether it's debit or credit. I kind of miss that, by the way. It was very fast. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I guess it had security problems, but I do miss swiping. So let's talk about swiping. Swiping was around forever, right? Ever since they got rid of that thing in the 70s where you put the paper over the card and it you mash it over and it makes an imprint of the card. But swiping has been around forever, right? Swiping of the debit credit card has been around since the 80s or the 90s for decades, right? All the way till the 2010s. And let me tell you something else really old school. I'm starting to forget, but I'm pretty sure for decades at the store, any store, the grocery store, you always had to show your ID, right? Do you guys remember that? Like, if you spent over $100, $200, I always remember with the debit or credit cards, depending on the store policy, you had to show them your ID, that it was you and it's your card, and it had to be a valid ID. Do you all remember that? I'm sorry, I mean, now they've really gotten rid of that at stores. Like, you literally can spend hundreds of dollars, they don't even check, but I'm just wondering if anyone remembers that. But anyways, so swiping had been around forever, right? When I was working retail, chip cards came out. The rollout was really rough. I was working front end during the rollout of chip cards. Oh my God. A lot of your average people or older people could not stand it, right? The noise when chip, and this is over 5 years ago, right? Way over 5 years ago, around 2014 or 15 or 16. At least 15 or 16 is when the chip cards rolled out. It made that horrible noise. Do you guys remember that? It was like, to take out your card and try again. Man, people hated the chip card. It was a rough rollout. No one liked it. People would almost give you attitude. It pissed people off. It had a horrible noise. And then when you worked retail or if you shopped a lot, you knew there was that trick where if you fail your card 3 times, you can swipe, which was kind of funny. So I know you guys still probably know that trick. That trick has really proliferated. Everyone knows about it, but you literally had to be a retail insider to know that you could fail chip 3 times and then you can swipe. And then anyways, so swiping had been around for decades, right? 25 to over 30 years, the good old swipe. Then chip card, and now very rapidly, look how much technology progresses. Now we have tap to pay. I like doing it. Do any of you like to use the tap? You know, you get your card and you hold it there for a little bit and it'll, you know, make a little ding noise. So now we have tap to pay. And at the same time with tap to pay, we have Samsung Pay, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Google Wallet, probably something with PayPal too, but now we have the apps, and you can pay with your iWatch, you know, your Apple Watch with the Apple Pay. So that those came around the same time the last 2 or 3 years, and now they're becoming really common, right? So look at the rate of progress. Chip cards have barely been around. Shoving your card in there, stick it in, right? The cashier would be like, stick it in. Has not even been around for a decade. And now we have tap to pay. You can still use your card and tap to pay, or you can use your app, you know, mobile pay with an app or your watch or your phone. You don't even have to have a card. You can pay with your phone. So look how much technology has progressed. Like literally, chip cards are going to be phased out. Like chipping, you know, shoving it in physically is going to be phased out. So probably even newer stuff is going to be even coming out, like, right? Within less than 5 years, I guarantee it, within less than 5 to 7 years, even more new technology we can't even imagine is going to come out. Like, oh, and last thing about chip cards. I know it's going away, but at least they fixed the noise. Has anyone noticed that on chip cards they got rid of the and now it's like a pleasant noise. So that was nice. Someone in card and payment services noticed that no one liked the noise as far as feedback. So last thing, that is why I feel like these will one day go away. Look at the proliferation and the advancement of technology, of how much people are using. You don't even have to have this thing with you. You literally can pay with your phone or your watch. Probably coming up soon with chip technology, right? Like some people are going to implant the little chips inside of you. You probably coming up can pay with your chip, right? Like a chip implant. So that's why I feel like these things are going to become relics one day. Like they really are going to be slowly phasing out, right? As soon as the masses, as soon as older people and your mom and dad and little kids are paying with your phone, your watch, or whatever else comes out, I really feel like credit cards are going to go away. It's just a really old technology. And unless they make these plastics biodegradable and mostly recycled plastic, credit cards are really bad for the environment, right? There's a big green movement, and it's really hard to recycle credit cards. Like it takes a lot of energy. The plastic is hard to recycle, the plastic that they use. So anyways, you guys, let me know what you think. I'm not being a downer. It's just I've been in retail a long time, and the rate of technology is really speeding up. It did slow down for a bit because swiping was really fast. Everyone had a good trigger hand, like, you know, just swipe. Chip cards kind of slowed it down, but now it's starting to speed up again with tap to pay. So let me know what you guys think if you like the video. I just one day wanted to really talk about this. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.